Es la patria del psicoanálisis.
None of them believe me. Yeah, you know, I think that you know, much of we have learned from the military, from the police, from people the firemen, you know, that people who have to confront danger and call in a more routine way on bravery. And you know, we're always astonished when that fireman looks at the flames and then runs into the house. And I think that as a writer, what you're constantly doing when you create characters, especially as I say, the protagonist of the story, is you're inventing people that readers will believe will run into the house, and that they will, as readers, follow right alongside.
En el profesor, a mí me interesó justamente algo que vos decías recién, que es cómo la víctima saca sus recursos internos para sobrevivir. Y bueno, quería saber qué habías pensado de eso y si habías juntado información sobre gente en situación de así de encierro o de tal opresión que tenga que hacer algo para mantenerse vivo.
Yeah. Well, yes, of course, because there's nothing more isolated than being a novelist. It's easy. I sit in a room by myself all the time, you know, with you know, surrounded by fictional characters who give me advice, and a dog that you know likes everything I write. Yes, that's the flip answer. The truth is, yes, you have to research those things, and research as a novelist is a very, very difficult thing to categorize. You have to come to the point where you feel like you understand the characters. And in my experience, in actuality, the book that I wrote that required the most psychological research was Heart's War. And the reason for that was because the people in the prisoner of war camp in World War II that I was writing about had the most interesting psychology of any group that I had to write about. Because there they were in Germany, and oftentimes they were bored at the same time that they were terrified. And that's a really unusual psychological thing. And so, in research, when I wrote that book, the one thing I was certain about, and I've said this in interviews before, but absolutely certain about, was I was not going to have some 80-year-old guy who had gone to a prisoner of war camp call me up and say, "That's not the way it was," or, you know, "Blimey, mate, that's not the way it was." No, I wanted to get it accurate, but not accurate in the sense of the buildings were on, you know, lifted 18 inches off the ground, and they had wooden floors. All of that stuff that I did get accurate. It is about the accuracy of emotion. That's what you have to work hard to get. If you want to write, and you want to write truthfully, regardless of whether it's a thriller, or a romance, or even a novel about vampires falling in love, you need to write about emotional truth. And my next book will be about vampires falling in love.